I definitely wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Luke.
Okay, it's gonna have to be a no for me this trip.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I saw something in that boy.
You did?
I saw something in that boy.
He's had my back the whole time.
Let's do a crew vote. Crew vote.
Really?
Luke was really fired up when they changed their mind. He was hooting and hollering.
A win for the crew. A win for the crew.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's see what you got, Jack Blocker. Some Zach Bryan, we know you like The Weeknd, and one of the greatest of all time, Willie Nelson.
Excited? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just did The Weeknd.
I did just do The Weeknd, yeah. And the Zach Bryan one. It's kind of right in my wheelhouse, but I would love to do the Willie one between the two.
Right.
Really? When people ask me who my favorite artist is, I always say Willie. He's probably my biggest inspiration as a songwriter. We're always on my mind. I'm not playing guitar on it. That's what I'm more nervous about. It's totally uncomfortable for me.
Without your guitar, you're obviously gonna not have that security blanket.
Yeah, no, I've performed without a guitar before, but I feel way more comfortable just holding it. I think it's worth figuring out like the physical discomfort of not playing the guitar to really give everything I can to the vocal performance.
Whew, got a little chilly willies on that one.
That's a fun one.
Lean into that sentimentality, my friend.
For sure. Yeah.
You got a great voice.
Thanks, guys. Nice.
Okay. Jack Blocker, I'm a huge fan of his. Have been right from the start. Love everything about him. His humility, his unassuming way of just being himself right from the start. Love the way that Luke fought for him in his audition. But I've just loved seeing him getting increasingly more and more comfortable, right? As most of these guys do throughout the competition, which is one of the main things that we can see during a competition like this, during the season. People developing, getting more comfortable with themselves, discovering more of themselves, confidence, self-belief, all of those kinds of things. And I'm super excited and very happy. Well, that's the same thing, but you know what I mean. That Jack got voted through by America to be in the top 7. Which is really, really exciting. So, my name is Johan Bester, your vocal coach here in Johannesburg, South Africa, and welcome to an analysis of Jack Blocker singing the Willie Nelson classic, You Were Always on My Mind.
Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have.
Speech-like way, yeah?
Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I could have.
Quick comment there. What he does a lot here, which works in my opinion, is he does it in a speech-like way, right? But what he does a lot is the breath flows and then the breath reduces. What does that mean? It means volume increase and volume decrease. Maybe I didn't want you quite as often as I could have.
Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have.
Right, like a reduction in airflow, reduction in volume. Normally, that concerns me because most singers do it as a habit. They don't even realize they're doing it. But he's doing it on purpose because he wants it to almost be like saying, maybe I didn't love you the way that I should have. You know, like that cadence, that natural cadence that's in speaking. So I love it. It makes it feel like he's talking to me. So I really like it.
If I made you feel second best,
Second best, like speaking.
girl, I'm sorry I was blind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind.
Unexpected, up the octave. Wow. Nice.
Tell me that our sweet love hasn't died.
Die. So good.
Give me one more chance to keep you satisfied. I'll keep you satisfied.
Tell me. High G sharp 4. Very hard for a male vocal. Doesn't seem hard for him. It seems like he just breathed and the breath flow and he connected the sound and the pitch was so secure and the emotion was so connected to the sound. That is really good. And then I love the 2 or 3 times he did the little pop, almost a little pop run at the end of a phrase, which just makes it less Willie Nelson and more Jack Blocker, which is what we always say we want these guys to do. Take somebody else's song and make it sound like it's your song. If a singer does that well, it means that if I've never heard that song before and I listen to them, I go, oh, you wrote a beautiful song. It feels like it's coming out of your life, out of your heart. And that's what he's making me feel right now. That's why this is so good for me. He, of course, he's a little bit awkward standing there without his guitar. He talked about it. We all often talk about it. How people who always sing and play, they absolutely despise not having their instrument there. It makes them feel exposed. It's like they don't know what to do with themselves, with their body and whatever. But he's being Jack. Even the little hand that keeps going like this, it's just authentic. And so nobody's going to criticize that, including me. So let's hear the end of it. Nice.
Little things I should have said and done. I just never took the time.
That is so good, that line.
Wow!
Katie's in tears. Yeah, so I think he displayed so much artistry in this performance. He showed us his musical intelligence in how he arranged this song vocally. Also the arrangement, the musical arrangement, the structure of it, the shortened version, etc. But also the vocal choices that he made. So well planned without making it feel planned. You know what I mean? And so well executed. What he did there at the end, without taking a breath, went into the falsetto and connected it over the bar line, and then took his breath. Ugh, that is just so good. So yeah, I'm very impressed. So let's see what happened when the judges were asked their opinion.
Amazing! Jack Blocker!
Katie's emotional.
The discipline, the patience, the calmness, the pointing, the hands, all of it. Amazing to watch.
Thank you.
Your wife, Georgia. Georgia always on your mind, I'm sure.
Funny, Ryan.
So, okay. I didn't even want to walk out. That was just so beautiful. But here we are. We have to make a choice here. What do you...
Before they continue, I just want to say that Ryan Seacrest, in my opinion, is one of the best presenters of these kinds of shows that I've ever seen. I mean, seriously? I could Google it, but I haven't. How many years has he been doing this? And he is just brilliant. The way he the way he relates to the singers, the contestants, the band, the audience, the judges, and he always finds a segue in that isn't cringe or cheesy, you know? No, I think he's excellent. I really love how he does his job.
What do you think? They want the points, you noticed?
Oh, yeah.
Who do you think chose that song for you, Blocker?
Went back and forth the whole time. Landed on Mr. Lionel.
Lionel Richie, did you choose that song for Jack Blocker?
Jack, well, whatever I did to you, I'm so sorry I said no. But I have to say no again. It's not me.
I think someone who's emotional at the desk might have chosen that for you.
I'm crying because I'm winning.
Stop.
LOL.
Something is brewing here. Let me talk about it. I'm crying because it was so emotional, because I feel like you've been fully realized.
Oh.
And when I first met you, I was conflicted. I felt like, you know, it wasn't all there. And shout out to my assistant, Tamara, who holds my feet to the fire all the time. She marched into me and she looked at me. She's like, "What are you thinking, Katie?"
Has she ever said that before?
Many times, every day. You keep singing like
Every
that. You're
day.
going to surprise everyone on this contest. Good for you.
Luke Bryan.
I mean, Katie is like getting me wrecked. That moment. I am so glad you didn't choose my song, and I'm so glad you chose that song.
That's exactly right.
Because you're the things you're doing right now. You're winning, like you're winning in so many ways. You're winning internally, and you're just winning in the growth category.
Yeah.
And that was just a real spiritual. I mean, just watching you not even think about delivering that performance, it just came out of your heart and soul, and it was.
Good comment.
I mean, it's on Katie's. You know, look at Katie. It was a very magical moment.
Thank you.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Lionel, wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna. All I can say is, I mean, from the duet to this, I mean, you're giving us pieces of you that we've never heard before. The falsetto, for example, on "Hello." I mean, that was something I had not known about. But more importantly, Katie's right, Luke. You're growing to the point where the artist that's coming out now is the artist that's going to have a career. You're actually blazing that new trail into your life. I'm so happy for you, man.
Thank you.
Jack is hoping you send him some votes online.
Yeah, very cool comments from the judges. You know how sometimes when it's their turn to talk, I feel for them, because sometimes it's hard to find something to say for whatever reason. Either it was just basically good and they don't really know what to say, or it wasn't that great, but it's so late in the competition they don't want to criticize or whatever. It's not an easy job that they have. But it just seemed like then with Jack, I mean, Luke struggled to find words, but not because he was looking for something to say, but he was trying to find the right words to express his emotion about what he just witnessed, you know? Yeah, no, I'm absolutely ecstatic for Jack that he's gone through to another round, and I hope he goes all the way. I wouldn't mind if Jack Blocker wins the whole thing, because I'm there for someone who's so real and so honest and so true to himself. Even though he maybe doesn't have the most spectacular voice in the competition, but he sings beautifully. He makes fantastic choices, like I said. And his authenticity, man, I think the world is tired of fake. I've said it many times, but I really believe it. People are starting to look through all the fakery in this life, in different areas of life. And people are wanting to log on to something real. People who are real. And that's what he is. And that's one of the reasons I love him so much. Thank you for spending the time with me. I really appreciate it. And this is Johan Bester saying, always remember that your voice matters. Just before you go, let me just remind you that you can actually book a session with me, a one-on-one, through my Patreon. You can go there and check it out, or you can send me a message through the website. And then also, if you want to chat with me, why not visit our Discord server? The links to all of that is in the description below.